Hi, royalty. We're gonna talk about today the Gemini season, Sun entering Gemini. You see here that it is 0 degrees in Gemini around 12 p.m., May 21st on a Wednesday. And so, with that being said, the focus themes for that Gemini's energy is about communication, curiosity, movement, adaptability, and duality, okay? So, communication and expression, sharpening our voices, writing, speaking, teaching, learning. So, if there's any projects or things that you had in mind that you want to start, you had in mind that you need to do, this is a perfect time to begin to open that RAM back up, because we have the help of our planetary alignments to help that be a theme for us. Also, sharing ideas, networking, and spreading messages. But what to watch out for is gossip, overstimulation, and the mental scatter. Because we know that Gemini is a air sign. It deals with mental, thinking, thoughts. So this is air quality. You want to make sure we keep the air clean with our incense, okay? Clean air, windows open, freshness coming in, okay? And that goes with what we say, what we speak. Clean words can make the air we breathe clean, and polluted words can definitely pollute the air. That's the thing. Okay, you have curiosity and learning, embracing a student mindset, right? Reading, researching, questioning. This is a good time to study. This is a good time to really research things that you've been wanting to learn about. This is a good time to read up on things. Ask those questions that need to be asked. I mean, if you're in relationships and you're like, you can have those conversations, whatever they may be. I'm just intuitively just channeling. There's themes of following new interests and engaging in short-term studies or travel. Okay. Staying open-minded and agile with shifting perspectives. Movement and flexibility at this time, adapting to changes quickly. Multitasking with grace. We have a thing that can occur as restlessness may increase. Short trips, change of scenery, or new hobbies can help. Exploring options instead of locking in one path. Social connections and siblings. Reconnecting with old friends, siblings, or neighbors. Attending social events and lighthearted gatherings. Keeping conversations fun, witty, and meaningful. Gemini is really good at that energetically, and so collectively this is basically, I like to look at these zodiac seasons when they all each come with the sun entering them as a superpower. Like, I feel like the sun entering Gemini for the collective is giving us all of these Gemini superpower qualities, right? That I'm reading to you guys. And then when you look at your chart on top of this, you can look at where your Gemini is in your chart, like where the house is sitting in, and get the superpowers from that as well. We have duality and choice, right? Navigating indecisions or twin energies, seeing both sides, embracing your complexity and contradictions. So to not overwhelm yourself when things are contrast and different and dual, and it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Making peace with multiple truths or versions of yourself. I like that, because them twins, Gemini twins, can be back and forth. but you can find the peace. And so the astral themes, we know that Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which deals with mental agility, tech, travel, media. It is a air sign, a mutable air sign, so changing thoughts, shifting ideas, moving pieces. So this is, I see Tetris energy, being able to be like that, but with the mental, right? And then we have seasonal energy, so it's late spring in the northern hemisphere, a time of blooming and buzzing, right? And another thing I want to point out, according to the chart here, is that not only is we having the sun 0 degrees in Gemini, right? But we also have beautiful beautiful Jupiter here, 25 degrees in Gemini. So that is an important thing to focus on. So let's get some energy about Jupiter. So I like to look at Gemini as a blessing. Jupiter as a blessing. And we know that it's very expansive, right? And so keywords to think when you think Jupiter is it's faith, fortune, generosity, grow and expand, which is expansion, abundance, currency, money, travel, be philosophical, and you have career. Jupiter in reverse is possessive and wasteful, okay? And its rules Pisces and Sagittarius. So if you want to go deep into your studies, you can look at where your Pisces is located, and you can look at, which is here. It's how Pisces look when you're looking at your chart, and you can look at where Sagittarius located in your chart, this is how it look. And they rule, of course, you see it rules the 9th house, Sagittarius, and you see Pisces rules the 12th. And we have planets, or we have 2 planets here in the 12th sign, or in Pisces at this time, and it'll be transiting wherever your Pisces lie in your chart, right? And then we have North Node also in Pisces when the sun enters Gemini. Okay, so those are a few things when you think of Jupiter. Also, to expand the Gemini and Jupiter relationship, we can think of things of expanding our communication and language, learning new languages, writing, speaking. We spoke of that. Starting a podcast or something beyond that. This is just channeled ideas. Becoming more conscious of our voice and how we influence others. Greater desire to teach, share information. We said that. Or becoming a thought leader. Intellectual curiosity and mental growth. Jupiter loves higher learning. Gemini loves many things. So we are to expect diving into multiple topics or studies, jumping between ideas, embracing polymath energy, gaining wisdom not through books only, but through conversations and lived experience, storytelling, messaging, and media, growth in digital platform, journalism, marketing, social media influence. Be mindful of information overload or spreading misinformation, okay? The focus is on clear, intentional messaging and truth and expansion. I just heard the part where we was talking about be mindful of information overload or spreading misinformation, to be like in our prayers, right? To make sure that we are praying, and because we get what we ask for. So we're asking for the things before we begin our day with this Gemini season, right? So we're kind of basically knowing what to expect and how to utilize these energies or these planetary event or Gemini season. Okay, it says travel, exploration, and connection. It says Gemini rules short distance travel. Jupiter boosts wanderlust. reconnecting with your local environment in meaningful ways, exploring new communities or collaborations. These are kind of already happening for me, especially online. It says duality, humor and perspectives, seeing life through multiple angles, both and thinking. Gemini season becomes more philosophical with Jupiter presence. Expect deep talks disguised as light banter. Humor, wit, and storytelling become tools for healing and connection. So the caution points we can look at: the shadow side, scattered focus, too many ideas, not enough grounding, over explaining or talking without listening, excessive mental stimulation leading to anxiety or burnout, superficial understanding. Jupiter wants depth, while Gemini prefers variety. So, keywords for this is while Jupiter is in Gemini: think big, speak freely, learn endlessly, connect intelligently. I want to leave you here with this. The affirmation for Gemini's house, or for Gemini, actually, for Gemini, is I think. Okay? It's ruling day. It's Wednesday. The season is summer. The birthstone of Gemini is tourmaline and agate. And the phrase is I think. All right, my loves, this conclude our royal transit reading of our beautiful Gemini season. I hope you all enjoy. Until next time, I love you with my purest love.